Okay, children, we said what is constitution in a simple sentence. Now, let us see a little bit more in detail what how can we define constitution. Okay? Constitution is the basic principles and laws of a nation or state or a social group that determines the powers and duties of the government and guarantee certain rights to it, right to the people in it. Oh, a long sentence, isn't it? Let us break it down. Don't worry about the long sentences. Let us take the first part. It is the basic principles and laws of a nation, state, or a group. It can be for a group, a social group, or it can be for a state, it can be for a nation, the constitution. But this is the basic principles, the principles which are base of this group. Again, going back to football, if we are playing football, these are the basic principles. Do not touch with the hand, play in the field, try to score in the opponent's post. These are the basic rules of football, isn't it? So, in those terms, it is the basic principles and laws of a nation state or a social group. That's the first part. Second part is that determines the power and duties of the government and guarantees certain rights to its people in it. So, again, let's break into three parts. First part we said basic principles and laws of a state, nation, or a social group. Second part determines the power and duties of the government. These basic laws and principles will decide what power the government has got. Or in other terms, we'll say, okay, what the referee has a power, or as a player, what you can do. That is what determines the power and duties of government. What are the duties of the government? What are the powers of the government? What the government can do and what the government should do. Is it clear? So, these basic principles and laws of the nation determine the power and duties of the government. So, there are 6 points we have seen. Means one is basic principles and laws that determines power and duties of the government. And next part, third part is guarantees certain rights to the people in it. It not only tells what government should do and what government can do, it also says or gives some rights, some freedom, some privileges to the people who are living in it. So, what's this constitution? Try to read it together with me. The basic principles and laws of a nation, a state, or a social group that determines the power and duties of the government and guarantees certain rights to the people in it. So, this definition, please write in your notes. Notes what you are writing will be that is on the screen, right? We are no more doing question and answer. We are writing down the concepts. When a question comes, you will write your own. From the point what we are writing down, you will make your own answers. You are saying that it's difficult? No, it is not. Don't worry about the mistakes you are going to make. Everybody makes mistakes. We are not God to be infallible without people who are without mistakes. So don't worry about it. So now we have studied what is constitution. Right? Constitution is the basic principles and laws of a nation, state, or a social group that determines the powers and duties of the government and guarantee certain rights to its people. This is the official, or this is the more normal definition of constitution. Now, why a country needs a constitution? That is next topic we have to go through. We will take an example of Nepal. Nepal was a country ruled by a king um, till 2015. And 2015 onwards, they started to be ruled more democratically. You know democracy, difference between democracy and monarchy? Monarchy is when a king rules a country. Okay? The power will be with the king. Democracy is when elected members of parliament rules the country. So ultimately the power belongs to the people. People can elect the people who are going to rule. In monarchy, the king rules. You cannot select your king. Alright? Have you understood this much? We will go little by little. We are not in a hurry. Right? So we understood what is constitution, that is basic principles and laws of a nation, state or a social group that determines the powers and duties of the government and guarantees certain rights to its people. Right? Why we need a constitution? We will discuss in the next slide.